What up, though, world? This is your man, Jay Liggs, and you're back rocking with the Culture Cure. I appreciate everybody tuning in, as always. This is a special show. It's very special because it's the last scheduled show of the year. We may have a pop-up if necessary, but this is the last scheduled show for the year. We'll see you all, next year. So it's been a blast. But
yes,
before we get there, I do want to send shouts out to my co-hosts that are living their best life. Tip is in Dubai and Rare and Thailand, and jets that hopping up items and doing all this good stuff. So I'm a little jealous for the school, but regardless, I have an amazing show for you all today. I have a guest co-host, one of our good friends, new family, Miss Mikhaellla Norwood. How you doing?
I'm doing so well.
We appreciate you stepping in.
I appreciate you asking me to step in. Anything for you, Jay.
I appreciate it. How was your week?
Man, the week was really good.
Yeah, I'm sure you're doing a lot of big things.
Well, I mean, of course, the entire Culture Cure podcast came on out to the book launch last week.
We did. We tried to rep.
Yes, indeed. So you guys came out strong and really just kind of living off the hype of that and building off of it. And
sure, you got a lot of that came from it.
Oh, for sure. I actually just spoke at Wayne State this morning and was able to do a book reading from the book launch. So you see, things already coming down the queue, boo. Yeah, for sure. So it's a good time. There's gonna be more be announced.
So you got, how about that? Is your whole rest of your year booked up?
It's about to be.
I'm sure, because they was trying to lock the rest of your week up at the show.
Listen.
They was trying to take you out.
I know, right? Yeah. I had to take a little rest, a little reprieve, after the show. I'm like, okay, take a break, and now I'm back.
Okay.
We back at the
like you never left it?
You see what I'm saying?
All right. Well, not to be too long and get to the matter at hand.
Yes.
I got my brother. It's been a trying time to get this young man on the show.
I believe it.
He's very popular in the city. Like,
I know.
Whenever I see him out, he moving and shaking.
You see?
And we was at one event and there was food being served, right? And the line was, I think, like down around the bar, down the stairs, and it was just long. And I'm like, I ain't even not hungry, and I'm not waiting in that.
Right.
So he walked in after me, right? And then I'm sitting there chilling, we chop it up for a minute. They said, he has a plate in his hand. I'm like, it's not possible. He walks up to me, nah, not my service. I said, okay.
Life is good.
Okay.
Okay,
That is,
a little bit of favor.
And, I'm gonna introduce him to the Culture Cure fans. It's my homie, my brother, Keyon Clinton. How you doing, man?
I'm blessed.
You want me to know him as Keyon Speaks?
Yeah. I'm blessed, man. Everything is good this way.
All right, man. So what's going on with you? How was your week?
I had a great week. Every day is a great day when your eyes open. As I always tell people. So life is good. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to the conversation.
All right. So let's tell the audience. Let's tell us your story.
Born and raised from the infamous zip code of 48205, as I always let everybody know.
Okay.
East side.
Oh,
okay. Yes, sir.
One way in, one way out.
That's it, right? Single parent mom of 4 boys, and I grew up doing all the things that, people see on TV, drugs, gangs, violence. I was a product of my environment. And, I always tell people life isn't fair, but neither is favor. So I went to Osborne High School, graduated from there. Then I went to Michigan State University.
Okay,
got my degree. Yes, sir, go white. And listen, we're not going to do that.
See, wait, we need to get Erin up in here because she would have really enjoyed that. Michigan State alum.
She's going to be mad.
You see what I'm saying? She's going to be so upset she missed you.
Yeah, and I got my degree in electrical engineering.
Nice.
I always tell people your career is what you get paid for, but your calling is what you make it for. So I started walking in my calling, became an international speaker, author, founder of my own nonprofit organization, award-winning bodybuilder, and all those things. And, role model to some and public figure to the rest.
Okay, to everybody else who may be listening, a public figure. I love it.
All right, so let's break it down a little bit. So after college, and you went to school for engineering. How long did you work in that before you decided to?
2.5 years. Okay. And the money was good, but I was still unfulfilled. And never really loved engineering. I just knew engineers, one, made a lot of money, and two, I was great with my hands. My dad was a mechanic, so when I did spend time with him, he showed me how to use my hands to build and fix things. And plus, I I was smart at math, and I'm like, I don't want to do teaching. So engineering was tough and challenging, and I like tough and challenging things. So
Yeah.
it made sense,
but it wasn't for you in the
no. As I started getting into engineering, and it's like, oh, it's cool, but I'm too gifted to sit inside of in front of a desk, in front of 4 walls, and just I think it's disrespectful to God when you sit on your gift.
Yeah. Agreed.
So at what point did you realize what your gift was as you were sitting in front of this desk?
God told me over 10 years ago what He wanted me to do. You know,
Tell us that story.
I wanted to speak my name across the nation and lead the masses, and I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm a little boy from the hood. I don't have what it takes. And He told me that at 16, then He told me that again at 21, and I told Him no again, you know, and then He told me again at 25. And I said, God, I did it my way for 25 years, and it got me on my knees looking up to You, so I'm going to try it. And I was like, still on the fence, but I was a little more receptive to doing it. And then at the age of 26, it was like, it's more to this. You know, and I'm like, well, God, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, show me. And my first year, I got 40 speaking engagements. It blew my mind. So I left Detroit in 2008, came back 2016. And when I left in 2008, I mean, where I'm from, we praise the dope boys. So those are the people I knew. So when I came back in 2016, I didn't know a lot of people in the success realm, if you will. And so those 40 speaking engagements kind of got me a seat at the table. And then these last 2 years, it's been like I've solidified, you know, Keyon Clinton speaks, 1% better, family, things like that. So.
Yes, again, Little Caesars Arena.
Life was good.
Packed out arenas. Okay, that's so beautiful. And what was your process like? I mean, to say, okay, yes, I'm a little boy just from the hood, but then, like, in an instant, going to 40 speaking engagements in 1 year. I mean, like, can you walk us through what that process kind of looks like?
Yeah, well, the truth is I wasn't ready. You know, I'm very transparent. It's one thing you'll always get about me. I wasn't ready for the 40 speaking engagements. I was ready to walk into that arena, though. You know, it's like, God, I'm going to follow You wholeheartedly and whatever that may be, because obedience is better than sacrifice. But as they started booking me up quickly, I said, okay, I have to get the confidence to really do this. And it's one thing to just do something out of fear, but when you have confidence in it, it's a total different atmosphere and a different wavelength. So I had to gain that confidence of saying, you belong here. I was in rooms questioning why I was in rooms, not realizing that you're in here for a reason. You know, I was around people like, I don't know if I should go say something because they may look at me some type of way, not knowing that when I opened my mouth, they were more intrigued than I thought they would be. So I had to fall in love with myself throughout this process. You know, and realize God will never take you to a place He's not willing to protect you. And once I got that in me, that beast came out, and it was like, you know what, I deserve this.
You were ready for beast mode.
Absolutely.
Man, so what would you say to people who, because when I hear that kind of a story, I think of like imposter syndrome, and you know how people are like, you know, I want to be this, or I'm portraying like I'm this, but really on the inside I'm feeling, that fake it till you make it. Like, I was about to say, what do you feel about that? Because that's something that we feed to people all the time.
Well, the truth is, we grow up getting lied to. And then we tend to start lying to ourselves. You know, that's the fake it till you make it. You know, that's there's no competition. No, these are lies. Like, the truth is, embrace where you are. You know, your uniqueness is your superpower. I always tell people that. And you can lie to anybody you want to if that's your MO, but you can't lie to yourself. And the moment you start lying to yourself, that's a bad place to be in. But what's even worse is that when you start believing a lie. And a lot of people have been conditioned to try to portray something that they're truly not. It's like, okay. Eventually, something gonna see through them something gonna creep through them seams, right? And it's gonna show your true colors, because that's not who you truly are. So you can fake it until you make it, but most of the times you'll never make it. And you'll spend your whole life faking it, and then eventually you'll get to a point where it's like, man, I wish 30 years ago I would have just released this mask and start living in my truth, you know.
What was the first speaking engagement that you had?
Man, my very first one is interesting. My very first speaking engagement, it was at a high school in a classroom. I'll never forget it. It was like four people. And it's like, you know, I want you to come speak to our class. It was for our alternative school. And I'm like, absolutely, let's go. You know, and it was 4 people, and I went in there and I put my heart into everything.
Yeah.
You know, that's always been my goal. You know, God can never take you to a bigger place if you don't know how to operate on a smaller ones. And I gave them 4 guys everything I had. Oh, and they was just like, who this brother right here, right? Like, who this brother from the hood coming with this? And in that moment, it was like, I can do this on a small level. And sometimes, listen, fires don't start big, right?
Well, there's smoke.
Absolutely. So that was enough to show me that, you know what, I can do it, and let me continue doing it. And then let's just go ahead, because concepts never change. I put that in my book. So if it's something small, if it's something big, the concept is just do the same thing that worked for you. And I can guarantee you it'll work on both levels.
Yeah. So would you be able to speak a little more about your book?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the title of my book is called Healing the Living Dead.
Okay.
Habits that'll shift you from a morgue mentality to a Forbes mentality.
Oh?
Yeah, we know a lot of people who are physically alive, but they're mentally and morally dead,
Yeah.
right? Walking around with no purpose and no agenda in life. And I was that person, right? I was walking around, I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I really didn't care, to be honest. I had a 3.89 in high school. Captain of 5 teams, for sports teams, president of the National Honor Society, president of my class, prom king, all that.
Wow.
And they're like, what you want to do after this? I'm like, to the streets. That's what my family did. Living dead, I had no purpose. I just was going through life. I was smarter than most people, but I never thought I was smart. It just came to me.
Yeah.
People was like, man, listen to the teacher, look at the book. But I didn't know that, like,
it's a gift,
Absolutely. So, and then it was like I was engulfed in my environment. You know, I started selling drugs at 9. I was selling drugs before I knew I was selling drugs. You know, my cousin would put things in my book bag and say, hey, go give it to the man up the street. You know what I was doing. I was just like, hey, but the cops ain't about to pull over a little kid. Right? So for me, I was a product of that, and I fell in love with that real quick. Streets, the game. I was taught early. I fell in love. I became a great student. And then from there, it was like, as I started getting older, God started talking to me, you know, and I was like, there's something more. I don't know what it is, but there's something more than where I'm at.
Yeah.
A light switch came on, and he started giving me these visions. He started showing me speaking in front of these shadows, in front of millions of shadows. I'm like, what is this? And then everybody around me was like, man, you're the one. You're the one. You're the one that's going to take this. You're the one that's going to lead. And I know, whatever, I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
And eventually it started happening. I was like, I have to put some purpose behind my life. Everywhere I've been in my life, people have gravitated to me. They listened to me. I was a leader, even in the drug game. Everybody would listen to me.
Yeah.
I was a leader in high school. I was a leader in college. You know, in my fraternity, I was the president of my line and president of the chapter. Everything that I've done in my life, I've been a leader. I just didn't understand that concept of leadership for real. And then I started just maturing spiritually and mentally, and it got me to the rooms that I'm in now.
Yeah. So it sounds like you just basically shifted the purpose.
Yeah.
Like you had the fundamentals, like it was all there. The jewels were really there, but being able to shift it.
Yeah, I'm a paradigm shift. That's what I do. I'm here to make sure that when I open my mouth, things happen, things change. Trajectories are changed and shifted to another perspective. That's really what life is about, is perspective.
Yeah.
Some people are complaining about the storm, where I'm like, I'm thankful that I have the strength to endure it.
Yeah.
It's all perspective, you know?
Yeah.
So you speak a lot about your spirituality.
Yes.
At what point did you become in touch with that?
Man, at 26, I always believed in God, always knew he was real, always felt him. But I was like, I wasn't ready to share him to the world. Like I wasn't, you couldn't be a thug and tough talking about Jesus, right?
Like, okay.
Nah, right? You get laughed at. And I wanted to be one of the cool kids, you know? I was one of the popular kids. So I had to portray this image of, you know, what I was. You know, it wasn't a front, but it just didn't coincide with it, right? And as you get older, you know, so my grandma used to say, just keep living.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
My grandmother said the same thing. I feel like
they all related. Yeah, they, like back in the day, listen, family was real.
Yeah,
you know, and
live a little longer.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So, you know, I keep on living, and for me, you know, I realized it wouldn't make sense to get all these resources and not acknowledge the source. And I had to realize, as a leader, as a beacon of hope, as somebody who people are gravitating to, I have to make sure I'm leading them the kingdom. That's the ultimate goal.
Right.
You know, the Bible say make disciples of men. So for me, I'm here letting y'all know God is doing this for me. I'm a vessel. So don't ever say Keyon is doing it. No, God is using Keyon to do all of these things.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I know, like, as a person who's a Christian myself, like, kingdom culture is totally revolutionary and something completely opposite of just regular culture,
absolutely.
you know? And so it's like, what, have there been any, I don't know, maybe like friction or run-ins where you're like, dang, like my old life pulling at my new life, and how do I move forward, and which do I choose in this moment?
Listen, God has an army.
Yeah.
But so does the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
and when you leave the enemy's army and convert, he don't like that, right? And I tell people all the time, it's not easy at all being a Christian, being a believer. It's not. We're not perfect. People think Christianity means perfect. I don't get that. But as a believer, it's our job to say, hey, listen, I'm still figuring this thing called life out just like you.
Right.
Right? And for me, I am in the two most tempting industries. I'm in the fitness world, and I'm a professional speaker.
Yeah.
So women see me. They see the power. They see that. And I'm thankful for it, but the temptation that comes with it.
Yeah.
But I have a certain level of discipline in both fields.
Right.
And as a man, a single man,
like,
no kids,
just so everybody hears that.
Just so they know.
Keyon was like, I just do want people to know I am on the market.
Listen, I know life is good. I know life is good. And it's important to know who sent you.
Yeah.
You know, because when God want to get your attention, he sends people. When the enemy want to get your attention, he sends people. So you got to understand who's who. And I've been around people who the enemy sent because he know what you like. He know what your flesh wants. He know what your mind. So he know what your flaws are. And if you don't learn from them, the devil learns from your mistakes, even when we don't. So it's been a struggle. It hasn't been a perfect road for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm human. I've made some, mistakes. But now I'm so focused. I'm so in tune with me and my spirituality. It's like, you probably would have got me 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
But now it's like, nah. Yeah.
And how does your faith walk, I guess, inspire the rest of what you do? Because you do a lot of stuff. I mean, between the books, clearly, like, executing on every single level, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm sure you don't compartmentalize, like, okay, this is my spiritual life, and now this is my 1% better. Like, you know. So how does it kind of integrate into everything?
God is in the source of everything that I do. I make it very clear. When I'm speaking to corporations, I've been in business positions and contracts where they say, you talk about God a lot. We don't really. We'll have a good day. Like I don't open the door for you to think I'm going to diminish my spirituality for you. I'm so confident in the gym. How you doing? I'm blessed, King. How are you?
Yeah.
Right. Like everything that I do with my businesses, I let everyone know. I'm a Christian man. I love everybody. Whatever religion that's for you. I'm not here to change your religion and all that, but let me be very clear. When you step on my platform, realize what you're walking into. I'm a man of God, a man of faith, Jesus, not Jesus or whatever these people are calling God these days. But you have to get the realness and the fullness of my God to accept me. Because if you don't accept him, me and you won't have any relationship.
Yeah.
Take us back to the book.
Yeah.
Which came first? What was the next thing after you realized you wanted to do international speaking? Well, just public speaking. Was it the book or was it fitness?
Man, it was.
Because I see you swole.
Yeah.
It was sweating
a schmedium.
Got me in here looking.
A little schmedium look. I'm trying to cover myself up like,
my jacket on.
Like I had that one extra stone today. You know what I'm saying?
The fitness came first for me.
So before it all?
The fitness came because for me it was, you have to look how you feel. And when you look better, you feel better. When you feel better, you produce better results in life. Personal health has a direct correlation to your business health, to your happiness, to me, and it's proven through statistics and everything. But I told myself, well, Keyon, I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way I felt when I went to sleep. I didn't like it at all. And I'm like, you about to be in front of a lot of people. And for me, I'm real big on you should dress how you want to be addressed. I like wearing suits. I love wearing suits. I love wearing tailor suits, and I want to look like I wear a tailor suit. So my X factor is my look, as I've been in interviews for all type of stuff. I won all type of awards or whatever. And when I tell them I'm a bodybuilder, it shifts the whole conversation.
How
like,
so?
oh my God, you're a bodybuilder? I never met a bodybuilder. What?
Yeah.
But when I wear a suit, it looks different. When I walk in a room in a suit, I'm like, dude, this dude. Right? So I've learned that for me, fitness has become an X factor, not just for my career, but also for my life. I come from a family of diabetes and heart attacks, strokes, and high cholesterol. And so I fell in love not for the look, but for the purpose of what wellness does for your life. Yeah. And now I educate, I do corporate wellness programs on a national level with the American Heart Association. I'm doing mega boot camps here in Detroit. I actually got an 8-tour college boot camp tour that I'm doing. I just signed that with 8 colleges here in Michigan. So for me, it's like, it's bigger than just looking good. Because there's a lot of people that look good that's unhealthy. Right. And there's a lot of people who you may think are unhealthy but are more healthier than you. So, you know, just educating people, you know, especially our people, right? Like low income, you know, let's be very clear. Health and disparities and inequities and food deserts and the lack of access. So for me, it became, oh, get the look, great, comes with perks. Then it become a fitness mogul, if you will, or enthusiast, as I like to say. That's cool, but now it's like educate. Somebody said, teach what's been taught. I love that. Right? Whatever I know, I'm teaching. Yeah, that's it. So
So fitness has always been there.
Yeah.
So that was first. So you were into fitness before you while in school and all of that.
No. All this happened at the age of 26. Let's be clear.
Like everything
all
at once?
At 26. I'm like, listen, it's time to go to the next level.
Wow.
Why? It's disrespectful to sit on your gift. To God. I knew what I was capable of doing. You know, we live in a world where people say, you should do one thing. True. The source. Understand what the source is. But there's going to be so many other things from that umbrella. You know?
So I'm sure we have a plethora of questions for you. You're speaking a lot about the gift. So I actually want to kind of stop here for a moment and I want you to indulge and kind of go a little in depth about what made you realize. I know you said you had some visions. I know you said, you know, God was speaking to you, but for someone that's lost, right here, that's trying to figure it out. I don't want to take too much from your speaking engagements, but someone that's lost and trying to figure out what their gift is, like what do you think are, because I'm sure everyone's signs are going to be different. What are some things that are basic, like that you can say, hey, for instance, like you said, people who are around you notice that you've always been a leader in certain things. So how does someone that doesn't know start to kind of, you know, categorize their life or look back and say, okay, well, I did this. I did this.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe I should go in this way.
Well, you got to start asking yourself some real questions, like real questions. Have a real intervention with yourself. You know, what are you really good at?
That's a hard question for a lot of people.
People don't ask
themselves
that question. Most people don't know. Like most people, what do you really like? Because it's like what we do is say, do what you love to do. No. Because you can love to do something that you suck at. I love to sing.
True.
I love to sing. I suck.
So,
but listen, in the shower, I'm the perfect choir voice. Me.
I mean, that's the place.
Right?
That's the place for you.
I understand that, right? So it's not just about doing what you love to do. It's like, are you good at it?
Yeah.
Right? And then ask yourself more questions. What are you known for? Like for real, what are you really known for? Because that can truly be your gift. But some people, we live in a world where innovation. We always trying to do something new. Doing something new don't mean that you're like creating. No, like you're probably doing something that you shouldn't be doing. And you know, for me, I wrote down goals, like real goals. So now, as an execution coach, I'm teaching people how to truly execute in life through goals, skills, and systems. And goals are so important. And the reason why I say that short-term and long-term goals, the truth is, here's what most of us do. We write down short-term goals, and we write down long-term goals.
Around New Year's.
Right? But what happens is, the problem is, we try to finish and knock out those long-term goals and short-term goals. Like, we try to stuff them in there. Like, understand the difference between a long-term goal. My goal is to become a world-renowned speaker. That's not going to happen in like I'm doing very well for myself. You know, I'm in different states and internet. That's great. Yeah. I'm not a world-renowned speaker yet. That's a long-term goal. But people are like, oh, I'm gonna do it in a year. No.
Yeah.
If it's God calling, then yeah, but 99% of people don't do long-term goals in 1 year.
Right.
So you got to understand the difference between goals. And then it's like, when you write down a goal, you got to have a certain skill set to do it.
Mm.
Do you have the skill set to achieve these goals?
Right.
These are the questions that people don't go through, but they don't understand this formula. So for me, I've created a formula to help people do things. Do you have a personal mission statement? Your job has one.
Wow.
Companies have one. Brands have one. Why don't you have one? Think about it. So when you start asking yourself certain questions like that, it's like, what am I afraid of? Like, what am I insecure about?
Yeah.
You got to put these things on the table so you can truly identify yourself first.
Yeah.
Fall in love with who you are before you try to go and make other people fall in love with you. Most people want the world to love them, and they don't truly love themselves. I see it happening all the time. And people look at me like, man, Keyon, you are killing it. Well, I'm me. All the way. I'm going to dance on Friday. I can't dance. I'm dancing tomorrow. I'm going to pray for you on Sunday, too.
Yes.
I'm going to go to the gym and show you how to work out. I'm inspired. I'm 100% me. I don't strive to be nobody else. I don't have anybody I want to be like in this world. Because me is enough.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get here because I was conditioned to think we have to be something. So finding a gift, we think finding a gift is like going out and doing all these things and just experience. No. Sit at home. Ask yourself the most important questions you can ask yourself. And when you say, okay, this is me, this is what I love to do, this is what I'm great at doing, this is what I'm known for, this is my personal mission statement because I'm going to abide and live by this, my values, my principles. And when you start doing that, it's like, what this does is now it starts attracting things that align with what you really love at heart. You start looking for, I used to go out to all types of events. Not anymore. If you want to catch Keyon at everything. I only go to things that my spirit say that's in alignment to where you're going.
That's good.
Because I'm in tune with me.
Yeah.
So it's a
and
process.
It saves you a lot of time and energy.
And money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and some money.
And, you know, and I always tell people, like, you know, because people, I'm blessed financially, grateful for my position.
Yeah.
And, you know, but my friends know, they're going to laugh at me. They be like, Keyon, you cheap.
Yeah.
I'm smart. I don't waste money. When I pay for something that's cost 99 cents, I give you $1. Give me my opinion.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for real. Like, I value. Listen, you'll never become a millionaire unless you learn how to save pennies. I need mine, but they just take your money and put like.
And because it's just this assumption, like
but
I don't want that.
That's what people do. That same concept, because concepts never change. They'll take what you give them and try to get a little bit extra just because, oh, he ain't gonna take, they ain't gonna matter. I asked you to come for 30 minutes and, hey, it's 45, but it's okay. My time is valuable.
Yeah.
I've been to plenty of places. Well, Keyon, can you come up and say a few words? Ooh, let me send you an invoice. I'm confused. But that's what people
That's
would
placing
do,
value on what you do, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's a process in truly finding that gift, and I think some people, they don't spend enough time internally trying to figure out before. Because when you know your gift, the Bible says, make room for your gift, and I'll bring great men before you. Make room for your gift, and I'll bring great. You're trying to bring great men in your life. No. Make room for your gift. And that's where, lately people come to me, blessed, Keyon, let me do this for you. Oh, don't worry about the call. I just want to do it for you because I see where you're going. I just want to be a part. I've heard nothing but great things. I'm making room for my gift, and now great people are coming around me. So that's really what people have to do in terms of like truly finding your gift and not trying to find something you're just good at doing, you know?
Yeah. Now, I really love what you say. You're like, okay, hold up, I ain't send you an invoice. Now that one, you're going to have to, right? Yeah. But I remember seeing kind of like something like a Venn diagram when it was talking about, you know, how people should pursue, you know, figure out, I guess, their calling or what they should do. And there was like passion overlapping with skill and overlapping with also income, right? And so for people who are looking to be entrepreneurs, they know, yes, I am good at this. Yes, I am passionate about this. How do I connect the dots so that other people find this valuable enough to pay for it?
Very simple. Very simple. Before you, I posted this the other day, before you raise your price, increase your value. And one thing I've learned is, as entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship is foreign to us, millennials. Our parents weren't entrepreneurs, our grandparents weren't really entrepreneurs, so we like blind. And we got this notion of, I have a product and service, people should pay me top dollar for it.
Right.
Because I think it's great. I'm not knocking it, but do it add value. Do it really solve a problem. Is this a needs-based business? And did you put in your reps? Let's be clear. Because you have to compare yourself to those who are the best or the greats and elites in your lane. You have to. That's why I said we lie to ourselves. I'm my own competition. No, you're not. I'm a motivational teacher. You know what my competition is? Eric Thomas, number one motivational speaker in the world. Les Brown, world-renowned speaker. Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, Inky Johnson. That's my competition.
Right.
So for me to sit up here and be ignorant to the fact that I have juggernauts who have created a path, one, for me to be in this privileged position, but two, to act like they don't exist.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. It's like, do your market research. And
people come up to me, Keyon, I want to become this because you became first off. Listen, it's not I can do this because Keyon did that. Don't disrespect my grind. Let's be very clear. But when it comes to truly solidifying yourself and solidifying your prices, you have to make sure that, one, you're an expert at what you do. Because if you're not an expert, people aren't going to pay you top dollar. And how do you become an expert? Through proven methods. I mean, proven. Prime example. For me, I tell people all the time now that I do coaching, because I coach so many people, which I'm grateful for, I didn't start coaching until this year. I've already been an international speaker. I've already became an author. I've already became an award-winning bodybuilder. My nonprofit was recognized by Forbes as one of the culture makers in the city. I have a plethora of awards and all these other things. You know what that's called? Credentials. Yeah. So now when I say I'm an execution coach, this is what qualifies me as being an execution coach. I've executed over the years consistently at a more rapid rate than most people. Some people are saying I'm an Listen, I always have to realize, right? Because humbly speaking, you know, I always tell people, like, listen, I'm humble and I'm real. Yeah. And one of the biggest reasons why a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners, or new people in business fail is because they try to raise their prices too high. Because you've seen somebody who have a course for $9.97. You think your course is worth $9.97. Who are you? Who are, no offense, but who are you? Because I remember being on stage with a guy. We was in front of, it had to be about 10,000 people. Me and like 3 other people. White dude, millionaire cat. I had no idea who he was. He walked up to me, he said, who are you? What's your name? How did you get on this stage? I never heard of you before. That's exactly what he said to me. I said, I'm Keyon Clinton. Who are you? What's your name? How did you get on the stage? Because I never heard of you before. Like, let's be clear. You'll never outwork me. I can guarantee you that. I don't care how much money you have, how much status you have, how many plugs you have. But what that showed me was, because you got to have reps in the game for people to respect your name. And a lot of people just didn't put in enough reps. It's not that you're not working hard. It's not that you don't have a great product. But you have to put in enough reps for people to respect that price, that top dollar price. Yeah. You charging courses for $9.97. Grant Cardone got a course for $3.47. He's a billionaire. But your course $9.97. His course,
where's the disconnect?
And that's why I always tell people, like, you know, I'm releasing a course tomorrow. Actually, it's funny we're talking about it. Yes. It's crazy. My very first live webinar. It's called Hidden Gems. Execution tools and resources that help you become a dynamic professional. Wow. And it's $3.97, but I'm releasing it for $199. Phenomenal. It's everything that anyone who wants to become a professional needs. I can guarantee you. I have plenty of gems in here, but for me, it's like, it's my first live course. Yes, I can charge $9.97 for it. Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and do it for $199 just to show y'all that it's proven. Yeah. Give y'all the value, get the testimonials, and then from then it's like, well, here we go. This is why this course is worth the $347. Although I know it, I still want to make sure. Yeah. So instead of charging top dollar, just increase your value, and I can guarantee. Plus, be humble. You just got started. Your feet is just getting wet. Be humble. So yeah. For sure.
Sorry about that, people. You know, people like to still play pranks, and we pull on even as adults. Even as adults. That you've said a lot in a little bit of time, and I hope people are really taking heed to this. So let's kind of go back to your walk. So went to school, did the engineering thing, realized that wasn't for you. Yeah. Start to listen. Yes. You start to listen to what was being said to you. So you started doing this thing. Even instance you were doing the fitness thing. So how did take us down the path to being an award-winning bodybuilder?
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Get this right here.
Any tips, any workout
and I failed. I failed in the fitness world for a very long time. It wasn't until 2017 when I finally got it, and it was July. You know, and I said, you know what? Tired of failing. Tired of not having the results I want. I'm tired of taking off my shirt, and it just wasn't satisfying. You know, I had a real assessment with my life. You know, I said it's actually time to invest in training. One of the number one reasons why most people fail because they don't invest in the necessary coaching that it takes to get them where they want to go. So I invested into a trainer, and in 4 months I lost 55 pounds.
Whoa!
And I'm in this gym, Powerhouse, Highland Park. Shout out to the gym. And it's these bodybuilders. His name is James. Big guy, crazy. And it's these bodybuilders all over the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every day, I'm going to this gym. I'm seeing them. It's on my collar. These dudes look like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I want to look like this.
Yeah.
And in 2 months in my process, I was like, you know what? I'm about to get on stage. I had no interest in bodybuilding. I never wanted to be. I knew nothing about it. But I'm like, you know what? Go to the extreme.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do. I execute at the highest level. I like to be so disruptive. You're like, really?
I love that.
And in 2 months, I lost like 35, 40 pounds. And I stepped on stage and I won second place in my very first bodybuilding competition.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's good. It ain't enough though. It ain't enough. Next year, first place. I execute.
Yeah.
You know, that's been my thing. So it was like the process of 4 months, it was like, get determined. Hard work, consistency, and discipline.
Yeah.
These are life transferable skills I learned in the gym.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta work hard in the competition for real. You gotta be consistent if you don't feel like it. There were times where I would go to the gym tired. I was still working my job, right? I'm still speaking all over the place. I'm still becoming who I'm becoming. And it was tough. In 2017, I was homeless 8 months. It was crazy. And it was a part of my process. I mean, wouldn't nobody let me into their house. I filled out 70, 80 applications in Detroit. This is Detroit. I'm an electrical engineer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I make more than enough money, but I couldn't, I signed 2 leases and they both reneged on me. Today I was moving in. It was crazy. So I'm going through all of this process and whatnot, but you don't have to look at what you're going through. Because in that same year, I became a bodybuilder. Lost the weight. 1% better was birth.
Yeah.
In the midst of that. So, you know, it was so much more than just, let me lose some weight. It was like, let me prove to myself that I'm ready to really roll with the big dogs. Like,
you can do it.
It's a different frequency now. I'm in rooms where people is like, they'll eat you alive if you're not confident in who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't pump fake in my field at this level. No, this ain't like act like you know what you're doing. No. They will rip you apart. They asking the real questions, and if you ain't got the answers to, they'll write you off.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, it was like, let's take fitness to another level. You know, when I walk in the room, I want heads to turn.
Yeah.
Not in an arrogant or cocky way, but I want people like, dang, that man put some work.
Yeah.
And everywhere I've been since my transformation, I mean, literally, they like, dude. People, they just walk up, touch me. It's crazy. Right?
Wait, people
it's pretty rude,
just
but
do that
oh my
without
God, your
asking?
chest. Like, what?
Just,
Hey,
I
like,
need
man, this
consent.
is sexual.
Right? See, like, you know what?
Title
Like,
IX.
security.
Please.
This is me too.
Listen, okay.
I don't know what.
Like, men too. Maybe that's the new hashtag. Men
Right.
too, guys.
You just can't be touching me
Please.
in certain places.
Man.
You just gotta
And not
stop.
thinking that it's okay.
But if they don't think your grind is crazy, you ain't going hard enough. People like, yeah, you doing a lot. No, I execute.
Yeah.
I do one thing. I execute. That's all I do.
Yeah.
In different areas. It don't matter the area, I execute. So, Keyon, you doing all one thing. I
Yeah.
execute. So find your one thing that you do very well
Yeah.
and make it happen.
Now, with what you're doing with bodybuilding and fitness, I know that's a part of 1% Better, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
where
yes.
did that name come from? What was the inspiration?
Yeah, when I was homeless. It was just crazy.
2017.
I was homeless 6
So when you
months.
say homeless, you were
Yeah,
Like
like
homeless,
in the car, like asking friends to let me sleep with them. You know, asking my brother, you know, trying to figure, I mean, I'm rocking out stadiums and getting standing ovations. And in my mind, I'm like, dog, where am I about to sleep now?
Wow.
I just came and left it all out on the stage. About to go to the car, though. Humble. You know, like, and it's crazy because June 9th, I signed a lease to the house. It's cool. 9 days later, they broke into the house and stole everything. My clothes, my jewelry, my Mac, my clothes, everything. New kid on the block. It happens. It's Detroit. I walk in the house and I'm like, all right, God. Philippians 2:14, you everything come from me.
Wow.
I'm like, thank God I wasn't here. I'm licensed, let's be very clear. Somebody would have got hurt. Right? And I didn't call nobody complaining, upset, and nothing. I was just like, there has to be more than this.
Yeah.
2 more months, homeless. 8 months. You know what I'm saying? 8 months. And God was just showing me to appreciate the little things.
Yeah.
Like, so many people are complaining about things that they, like, you complain about what? When you land in the crib? Seriously. Like, for real. It's like, and I started appreciating those little things, man. I mean, just the little, like breathing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still here. I'm a hustler, let's be clear. You know?
Yeah.
I hustle. I'm always hustling. 2017 was one of the greatest years in the last year. My career took off, and I was homeless. Ain't nobody doing it like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't nobody becoming a household name, homeless. Ain't nobody doing it like that's how I looked at it. Like, it's your storm, keep going. It's not going through the storm that's the problem, it's when you stop. Moses was walking on the water when he was focused on Jesus. When he stopped to look around, he started to sink. That's what a lot of people are doing.
Yeah.
You're going through the storm for a reason. There's something great on the other side. And it was like, God was like, you better learn to appreciate the little things.
Yeah.
Every day I just want to get a little bit better. So I just tell myself, just 1%. And then it was like, oh, that's it. That's it. And it started getting deep. 1% of your day is 15 minutes. You mean to tell me you don't have 15 minutes out your day to invest in you? You hustling backwards. you hustling back. But so I'm busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You move and you ain't progressing. Big difference. And 1% better, just a holistic brand. Whether it's spiritual, mental, physical, financial, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Just being a better brother, a better friend. You know, like, you know what, I snapped on you yesterday, but today I'm going to give you a compliment. That's 1% better. Like, let's break this down. Like, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, I don't overcomplicate absolutely nothing in my life.
Yeah.
And that's what 1% better is. Like, truly saying, you know what, today, I'm going to get 2, 3 things done. These 3 goals, I'm a victor today, baby.
Yeah.
This day is progressive.
Yeah.
Now you go to sleep feeling good, you wake up feeling good.
Yeah.
We go to sleep like, I ain't get all these things done. You have 50 things to do. But you got 40 done, you still mad. Like, we got to get out of this mindset.
That's so true. But I mean, I can feel the same way sometimes where it's like, okay, there's so much to do.
Yeah.
And I did do 80 of them.
Yeah, right.
But you know, there was 85.
Oh, it's 80.
You always I always catch myself saying, like, it's never enough hours in the day.
Oh, I hear that all the time.
gosh.
Like, yes, it is. It's 86,400 seconds in the day.
Okay, now I'm trying to figure out how he know all the timestamps for the entire day. He does this.
Listen, absolutely.
He does this.
I value time.
Yeah, so what do
know?
you do with, because I love that how you said 1% of the day is 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
For you, even where you are currently, what would you say that you would do tomorrow to even be 1% better than you are today?
Right now for me it's research. I'm an avid researcher. Like, I have routines. I wake up in the morning, I wake up 4:30 in the morning. Spend my time with God.
Every day?
Every day.
Wow.
Let's get up, let's get my mind right. Because the world is sleeping 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Good. God is up. Spend my time with him. I go to the gym 5:45, get my workout in. By the time 8 o'clock come, I'm sitting on emails. My day is getting started. And I'm sitting around, if I don't have any meetings or any speaking games or whatever, some meetings, whatever, it's like research. Like, you got to put in 10,000 hours to become a guru.
Yeah.
I'm working on my 10,000.
Yeah.
That's how I get better every day. True research, like study, understand numbers, understand your target market, understand the branding. Nobody taught me this stuff. I used to say I'm a late bloomer. Not really. God was just letting me marinate.
Yeah.
That's all. And now it's like, oh, y'all didn't unleash me. I let this little boy from the hood get into the international. I'm real.
Yeah.
But I study. So understand, I'm coming with ammunition. That's like, dude, passion, story is crazy, and he knows his stuff. By the way, he speaks very well. Oh man, let's get this thing going.
Yeah.
But I do research. I study every day.
Yeah.
Whether it's fitness, whether it's speaking, whether it's the anatomy of the body, because I train people, whether it's understanding my target market, because I have to make sure that I'm giving them everything they need. It's so much research that we can be doing, but yet you're on Instagram 6 hours out the day.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes it to me, but for me, it's like phenomenal to go. Aretha Franklin, phenomenal. Like Oprah was on 7 Mile for her. Oprah, let's be clear. Every black woman grew up saying, I want to be Oprah. She was on 7 Mile. That's how phenomenal Aretha was. When I die, who gonna be in my funeral? I think of that. Nipsey Hussle, stay.
Yeah.
That's dope. Televised.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So for
Think
me,
about the
I
end.
had to start thinking about legacy.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell people, if you don't know, you'll be dead a lot longer, you'll be alive. And when you die, if you ain't live for nothing, what's going to be left when you're gone other than your tombstone?
Yeah.
So for me, my getting 1% better now was like research. Because I have to provide every day for people. And I can't keep providing y'all the same thing. I'm like, Keyon, we've heard this already. I can't just be like, just get 1% better every day. Just get 1% better every day.
Yeah.
But what does that look like?
Yeah.
What does that
People
mean?
need, like,
How do we get,
tangible.
because 1% is huge or small, it don't matter. So I had to learn that it's deeper than just saying get 1% better. It's like, no, let me show y'all what this really looked like. One, through my life, let me be living proof of this. It's not a slogan, it's a lifestyle, something I live by myself. And that's really it for me. It's like, do your research.
Yeah.
So that's how it came. That's how it came to you.
Yeah.
How did it become a nonprofit?
Yeah. So purpose. You know, like when I realized that people fell in love with what I had seen and visualized, it was like, it's bigger than you, Keyon. Let's make it a movement. Like, let's make this a movement for real. And I was like, man, when I started thinking about it, I'm like, okay, you know, I got Keyon Clinton Speaks, it's great. You know, I got my nonprofit. I got my nonprofit, other nonprofit family. And, you know, I'm like, you have to create platforms for other people to be happy, to love what they do. And I'm like, people ain't about to just walk around like, hey, we members for Keyon Clinton Speaks, because that's me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people need to understand that if your brand is you, it's going to be tough to have people around you put on for you at all times. And 1% better, when I started speaking, I seen what it was doing to people. And I'm like, dude, do you got shirts? Do you got? I'm like, no.
They're looking for things.
Right? I'm like, no, I got none of this. I just have a message and a voice. And then it was like, no, I put that platform together for other people to start thriving. Create a movement for real that's going to change lives and allow other people to get 1% better on their journey. Yeah. So that's what it was. It was like when I realized that it was bigger than me, create the business. Create the business, put other people in positions, one, to get paid, put people in a position to like live their truth and do what they're doing. It's like, what's getting 1%? What's 1%? It's hard if you don't know how to get there. Let's be very clear. But I've created something that calls dialogue. Every day somebody comes to me, why not 100%? I love that question. The truth is you can't give 100% every day. You're human. You can get fatigued. Life may happen. You get injured, then what? And 100 is just 100 times. Let's be very clear. So when you understand you can't get to 100 out of 1, so I've created something that got people thinking. It got people questioning. And it's like, I love everything that comes with 1%. You know, so that's when it was like, let's make this thing global. And I'm gonna have people from Africa reaching out. It's crazy. I have to stop saying it's crazy. It's divine.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. God told me this over 2 years ago.
And now it's like you're walking in it and you've seen the full manifest. Not even full, because I mean there's so much more for
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
But
it's
like,
always more when you're obedient.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just like, it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
Let's go with it. So.
Yeah. So when you are, because I know you say you only do one thing, and that's execute.
Yeah.
But I know still a lot of people are gonna look and be like, okay, but this brother's still doing a lot of things, low key, high key.
Yeah.
So when you're not, you know, doing all these different things with your nonprofit or with 1% or you know everything, how do you maintain like mental health? How do you maintain like this is just some Keyon time and I'm just chilling, having a good time? What do you do?
The honest answer is the gym is therapy.
Yeah.
Because I fell in love with fitness and wellness, I studied the anatomy of the body, which means for me, working out is like, it's therapeutic because I'm working out for a total different reason than most people working out. Like, I'm working out to try to figure out new things for the body. That's like totally different for me. But I just started this new thing. Since my birthday in September. I call it a me day. And for me, I'm a hustler. I work hard. I used to believe no days off. That's a recipe for failure.
Yeah.
But people say I get the motivational spiel behind it. But have a me day where it's like, you know what? Today is mine.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I love y'all.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah.
Like today is for me to just simply do nothing. In terms of business-wise, I'm always doing something. But resting is like a me day. I rarely rest. You know, I don't sleep for real. People are like, you sure you don't sleep? Jesus slept. No, Jesus rested. Let's be clear. And I rest. So I stay at home, and I may get some candles. I love candles. I love the smell of them. Get some candles. I throw on some gospel or some jazz, one of the two, however I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And for me, I start reflecting. And I just take time to like reflect. And to me, that's like, man, that's therapeutic. But other than that, like I'm not big on, I know we was talking about like traveling and all that.
Travel, vacation.
Listen, for me, I ain't there yet to where I just want to travel for leisure. You know, I ain't there yet. I'm like, book me. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, you're like.
You know what I'm saying? Like now I can have fun.
Trip.
And it's so
within that time frame, I'll get a day or two.
Listen, I'll figure it out.
You know, and when you're great at what you do, people pay for it.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, it's like, how long is the conference? 3 days. Okay. Well, book me for 5. What's the other 2 for? I'm gonna answer
me.
And so for me, you know, that really just resting is that's a me day because I give my life to everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's a day where I just like I'm just value my life for me.
That's good.
That's really it. You know, I don't do like meditating. Nothing wrong with it. You know, for me, but you know, because I'm a man of faith, I'm always reading my scripture.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, you know what, you know, just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Yeah.
Just enjoy how great life is treating you. You know, that's really what I do.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Jay, what you do for your me days? It's like, I'm still trying to find a me day.
It's a happy medium. It took me a while. That's why I said just recently for my birthday.
Yeah, that was September. Like, have you seen something, like a change in your progression or your vitality?
I'm more reflective.
Okay.
And what it does was organizing my thoughts more. This brain of mine, the mental capacity I have is crazy. And I think it's so many thoughts. Like, I tell people all the time, like, if it's not on my calendar, it don't exist.
It's not gonna happen.
And I'm trying to get better at it. You know, I'm actually working on hiring an assistant right now. I'm at that capacity where I need other people to do certain things. But for me, being more reflective in my thoughts, it helps me. Because to me, every time I open my mouth, it should be a teachable moment. And I got to make sure that my thoughts are so in line that if every time you open your mouth it's a teachable moment, you got to have things in line. So now that I have a day to truly say, man, this is what you've been doing, this is the message you've been doing, this is the direction you've been in, let's make sure that we're ready to go another 3-4 weeks. And on that day, I can really lock in 3 to 4 weeks of how I'm about to, you know, that's one of my gifts, you know, is my mental capacity too. So that's it for me. It took me a while. Oh, geez. We got this grind hard.
Yeah.
Grind. Like, not really.
Yeah.
You gotta work. You get to a point where working hard is not the answer.
Yeah.
Work smart. Invest in the right training, in the right coaching, in the right programs that you need to become who you need to become. Get you the right team. Pay people. Stop being cheap. You can't nickel and dime your way through life. If you're making money for yourself, you should pay other people to make more money. concept that we all should. And then when you start understanding that, it's like, I can relax.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Gates ain't waking up every day. I gotta grind 12 hours.
Yeah.
For what?
Like stress, no.
You build a machine, so now let the machine work.
There we go. Systems, goals, skills, systems. That's how it works.
So a couple things before we get out of here.
Oh.
About this whole, building and all of that. What is your recipe for, getting to that point?
Yeah.
What are, how, in a few words, how would you say to get to a point of that peace?
Yeah. Number one, fall in love with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple, right? When you fall in love with yourself, you understand your uniqueness, your superpower. Number two, you have to invest into the right training to go to that level. You have to.
Stop there for a second.
Yes.
How does a person know what the right training is?
Yeah.
Social media and all this and everything around. How do you know what's the right
Facts.
training?
So here's what I tell people in my new class. Giving y'all some hidden gems right now.
Yes.
Never learn from a coach that didn't play the game. Like, let's be clear. You invested in people who don't have no real depth into what you're trying to do.
Back to that, who are you?
Yeah, like for me, I used to say I'm never going to pay $1,500 a month for training until I pay $1,500 a month for training. It changed my life. Because like, well, y'all got keys for real. Y'all got nuggets that you can't get on YouTube. I see it now. And it's taking my business to the next level.
Right.
So you have to realize what is the necessary training that you need. And then what experts do you need to get the training from to give you where you want to go? Because everybody trains differently, right? But so that's what I mean by that. Not just trying to free train. I'm at a point in my life now, listen, if it's free, I don't want it.
Like, nah.
In my field.
Yeah.
Because if it's free, I know it. I do enough research myself for free. So that's really what I mean by that training. And then once you do that, it's like, let's be clear, get around people that's going to invest in you. Friends. People all say, your friends don't have to invest in you. Mine do.
Yeah.
Because you can't claim to be a friend of mine if you don't do your friendly duties. Like, invest, support, love on me, be there for me, make sure I'm held accountable. These are things that your friends should do.
Yeah.
The wealthy stay wealthy. Why? Because their friends keep them wealthy. I learned that from my mentor. They have power circles. And their power circles are friends who say, I'm going to give you this free. She's my man. She's my sister. And you're like, oh, you need me to come do what? Oh, of course. That's how it works. So you have to get around those people who are friends that love on you, your confidants. They don't have to be, whatever your confidant circle is, you need to be around them.
Yeah.
You need to be. My friends know. Check me. Call me. Check on my emotional stability. I'm a man. Men don't like talking. Let's get vulnerable.
That's
I talk to my best.
That's
Hey, bro, how
good.
you doing emotion?
Yeah.
I don't care about the business doing well. Great job. You're great at what you do. But how are your emotion? What are you struggling with right now? What are your fears? Men don't like talking about that stuff. Oh, we do. Let's get deep.
Yeah.
So having those type of friends, it's like, man, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have brothers.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for my friends who truly value me. And I was like, dang, I'm really the person that I say I am because people close to me and not so close to me show me that congruency. So I think those 3 things: fall in love with you, getting that necessary training that you need, and then getting around certain people who's gonna really just love on you for real.
Have a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got some things coming up.
Yeah.
Before we get up out of here.
Yes.
Please tell us.
Drop them bombs.
So-
What clues bombs for?
Hey, listen,
Wait, I feel like we got all I need to ring
It's
the
not
bell.
too deep. It's not too
This
deep.
is so
Two
deep.
things. I'm gonna be real quick. 2 things. Tomorrow, Hidden Gems is coming out. It's a 4-week live webinar. I'm giving you execution tools and resources for you to become a dynamic professional. Listen, everybody need to get on that. Number 1, but number 2, me and my brother Armand, shout out to Jab's Gym over there, man. We put together a 6-week free boot camp for the rest of the year, every Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock. Listen, before the New Year resolution, it's time for the end of the year execution. There's still time. Oh yeah,
I like
Hidden
that.
Gym, by the way. Listen, we are here to help y'all seriously, fitness-wise. Close out this year. Don't wait till the new year.
Just
If you wait till the
start
new
now.
year, you ain't gonna do it in the new year. And
Yeah.
I was like, let's grind out these last 6 months. We go to Jab's Gym in Eastern Market. It's 11 o'clock. It's starting this Saturday. and it's gonna be fun.
Every Saturday
Every
for the
Saturday for the rest of the year. And we rocking it out. We're excited. If you know Armand, you know he's coming with crazy energy.
See,
yeah, he's coming with crazy energy.
We'll turn it like, maybe I should show up.
Yeah, listen, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's for all skill sets, trust me. So we modify things as well. But yeah, everybody come on out and enjoy it.
Is it like a registration thing? I'm sure it has to be like a limit to the space, right?
No, pull up.
Pull up.
Listen, our goal, 100 deep. It's free. Let's bring the whole city out.
Pull up.
Pull up.
Pull up. Well, I'll make sure I keep posting the information and all that, and let's do it.
Let me sweat my little curls out.
Yeah, yeah.
Get my wash and go on.
Is it an hour boot camp or?
Yeah, it's gonna be an hour. It's gonna be about 40, 45 minutes.
Okay.
You know, it's so interactive.
Oh, that's doable. We
absolutely.
can do that.
Of course, absolutely.
We can do that.
Listen.
Jay, you gonna come with me?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to help with brothers are doing their grocery giveaway.
That's dope.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I told them I would come hang out. It's like 10, so if I'm sure it's gonna be a little longer than that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I don't get this week. I'll
we
gonna hit you up at some point.
Definitely be there.
Now listen, I tell people all the time. I hope I'm never respected to the point where people will lie to me.
Oh,
You
well,
feel
see,
me?
I've said it now, so I'm
There
coming
you go.
eventually.
Look, we got
What
you
did
on
we
tape.
say?
So
I'm
if
coming.
not, I'm reposting this segment of the
Look,
podcast.
and you gonna find add me free life. You can tag me, okay? I'm gonna be there.
Love it.
I'm gonna give them the link too. I'm gonna
Okay.
send them this part. I'm gonna crop it out.
Yeah, look.
There
There you go.
You see how we
I'm
get
gonna let
real
them
deep
know.
on the track.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them know like, hey, this is what she has said.
When she has said
and
it,
what
the
happened
timestamp.
was. And,
No, but I think that's going to be really beautiful, especially for the community. And like
Yeah.
you said, I mean, people being able to come for free, being able
Yeah,
to, you know,
absolutely.
literally limit every single excuse and be like, let's show
That's
up.
it.
Let's
Like,
show
why
up.
not?
Let's have a good time as a community together.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
That's
that's going to be my 1% better.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
definitely plan to be there. And like I said,
I was about to
depending
say,
on the
don't
time.
give me no, you know, well, I got
Depending on the
something to do.
depending on the time. I gotta do my give back to the
Yeah.
people.
All right, and
absolutely.
now we'll allow
Listen,
it. See,
and
okay.
I'm going to a turkey
ring just
giveaway
for
right
you.
after. So
Right, yeah.
it's that time of the season.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's cool. I appreciate you coming out. Really.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Open door policy.
I appreciate it.
So,
I appreciate it.
and this is
When he says it, he means it. He said that
That's
to me,
real.
and I'm back.
That's real.
when
You see what I'm
the
saying?
goal of this was to create a space where we can start having these conversations,
Yeah.
building each other up, supporting each other, and
Yeah.
then just basically changing the dynamic of black people,
Yeah.
minorities, not even just all black people,
Yeah,
in Detroit.
that's real.
Period. Like we're always looked at when I travel. Oh, you from Detroit? For real?
Mhm.
You're not scared?
Wow.
Scared of what?
Right.
Yeah, nothing
Facts.
to be
Like,
scared
scared of
of.
what? Yeah.
Like I got squirrels outside.
Mhm. Yep.
It's a
Now,
couple,
they
it's a couple
do.
deer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what am I
Yeah,
scared
yeah.
of? Like, what do
They
you think
like
I
it
live?
now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
real.
real. Absolutely. Yeah.
So just changing the narrative.
Yeah.
So and I support people who support people that are supporting people that are doing things.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's
So-
good. I love that.
So
Great.
open door policy. Whenever you got anything, let me know. Hit me up. And
Thanks for
that's just
having
what it is.
me.
Mimi, you got anything going on that you want to drop off before we get out of here?
Oh man, nah, outside of buy the book. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
MimiFreeLife.com. Fruits, haikus for the blossoming soul is out now.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love
That's
that.
it
Go
right
get that now.
Go get it today.
Where's your book? Where can your food be found? We
Yeah,
didn't even touch on the book.
Amazon, my Amazon Healing the Living Dead. Type in Keyon Clinton. Google me. Huh, funny.
Google me, baby.
Yeah, I'm humbly speaking. Humbly speaking.
Humble,
Yeah.
humble.
Facts.
Put your handles so people can follow you.
Yep, all social media, Keyon Clinton, Keyon, Clinton like the president, Keyon Clinton.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so like what I said I was going to be at, you all can come check me out. I will be at Views this Saturday, the 23rd at 10 o'clock. They're doing the Operation Holiday Hope. It's a free grocery giveaway, so I'll be down there helping them out, passing out some groceries.
Send that to me so I can
I
post it
will.
on my
I
story.
definitely will. Send it out, so that's what I'll be doing. I don't really have anything else that's going on. You know anything that know about the city that's going on? We kind of like try to prop up.
About the city, yeah, I do know that there's
a
a music hall on this Saturday. There's an open mic, so if anybody
At the
sings
music hall.
at the music
Nice.
hall,
Okay.
Aretha. And so I'm actually going to be there. I'll be vending my book as well as I may hop on the mic, right?
Okay.
I may bless the people.
Blessings
See
and
how I
blessings.
feel. See how I feel in
That's
the moment. But I know for sure, certainly a lot of people are going to be there. I got invited by somebody who won Elise and Rain, so they just won Amplify, which is Motown's singing competition. So they won that last year, and we just chose a new reigning champ for the year just this past week. So yeah, it's definitely going to be amazing, amazing people out there singing, poetry, comedy. Come through with it this Saturday, 8 o'clock.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, that's our time. I appreciate both of you all. You came and helped me out. You know,
Of course.
I was gonna be out here by myself.
I'm a thing for myself with that.
And brother, I appreciate you coming in.
Man, I'm glad I could make it.
I appreciate it. Like I said, open our apologies. Cousin, we appreciate you coming in. As
Cousin
always.
on the track.
That foot doing better over there. We good? I see you walking on it now.
You
so
see,
that's good.
healing is in the room.
1% better.
1%. Look at you. Dang, you better drop that.
Once again, I appreciate everybody checking in. This has been your man, Jay Liggs. This is the Coach of Cure. This is your coach. Be a part of the Cure. Peace.